Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas, two of the top three-point guards in the Eastern Conference, are changing teams. In a stunning blockbuster deal, the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics have agreed to trade the two all-star point guards, according to Yahoo's Shams Charania. About a month ago, it was reported that Irving had requested a trade from the Cavaliers, apparently not happy with coexisting with LeBron James, among other complaints. It seemed clear that the Cavaliers would have to deal Irving, but rumors had centered around other teams, not Boston, until Tuesday evening. Isaiah Thomas was Boston's best player last season, making the All-NBA second team and finishing fifth overall in MVP voting. Him and Irving aren't too dissimilar, though, even if Irving didn't boast those same accolades last season. Both are score-first point guards. Irving scored 25.2 points per game while Thomas averaged just under 29 as a focal point, and both shot between 46 and 47% from the field. Here are the exact terms of the trade. Boston receives Kyrie Irving, Brooklyn's 2018 first-round pick, owned by Boston. There are differences between the two players, of course, but their overall games are strikingly similar. That's the biggest takeaway from the trade stunner from a league that keeps us watching all 12 months of the year. Why the Cavaliers make this trade? The moment it was reported that Irving demanded a trade, Cleveland's hands were tied. On one hand, they had a tradable asset still only 25 with 2 years left on his deal, which would normally be a piece you'd value like a chess queen. But with the entire league knowing that the Cavaliers would have to trade him, it helped depreciate his value. Still, getting back a player as good as Thomas? It's hard to say if Cleveland even expected that. It was reported that they wanted one budding young player, one solid veteran, and a first-round draft pick. A Thomas, Crowder and Zizic trio isn't quite that, but Thomas is a star, Crowder is the said veteran, and Zizic is basically a first-rounder, preparing for his rookie year in the league. That's an offer that's hard to compete with. Cleveland's future is in the air. Rumors keep swirling that LeBron James could leave the Cavaliers next summer when he becomes a free agent. Maybe he'll go to Los Angeles, maybe somewhere else to gang up with his banana boat friends. But it's too soon to rule out a return to his hometown, and Cleveland maybe just got better. If Thomas and Irving are similar players, then adding Crowder clearly gives the Cavaliers the edge. Irving is clearly the better and younger long-term prospect, and he would have posted stats similar to Thomas had he had the same free reign in a Brad Stevens-coached offense. But the Cavaliers, at the very least, essentially got the stash they desired when they set out to trade Irving. That's all they really could ask. Why the Celtics make this trade? Isaiah Thomas, bless him, is a Celtics legend. He also stunts just how far the team can climb. Here's the argument, if you want to read a longer version of it. Thomas is an incredible player deserving of every accolade he received last season, but he's also 5'9". That's something he can never change, and in the playoffs, his defense is particularly exposed. He's always the worst defender on the court, through no fault of his own, and it's sadly something that will hold back any team that strives to compete for championships. That's the leap that Boston, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last year but one that was unceremoniously ousted by Cleveland, is trying to make. Irving is younger and he's under team control for 2 years, not one like Thomas. He's taller. He isn't a good defender, but he's not on Thomas' black hole level. Over the next 5 years, he should have a better career. That's what Boston is betting on. It's almost unheard of that two of the best teams in the same conference would make such a blockbuster swap. But here we are, and honestly, it makes sense for both sides. Maybe Boston gave up too much, and maybe the Cleveland team combusts next summer anyway. But for now, this is as much as each front office could do.